welcome to my channel. First thing, before I actually do the intro, I just want to say if you hear my mom, I'm sorry. I waited like all day for the perfect time to record, and then the moment I set everything up, I hear her from upstairs, and there's really nothing I can do. I know this video is probably gonna take a long time to edit and stuff, so I don't want to push back recording this any longer because it's probably already not gonna come out for another few days. I would have loved for this video to come out like at the very least the day after the second episode of Exchange Island, but I know for sure that it's not feasible. So yeah, just sorry for dealing with this. So, I thought I would do something different for my channel, and I will be doing commentary on the recent SKZ episodes, the last two specifically, which were Exchange Island. And I actually want to say, after the first episode of Exchange Island, I was like so excited. I really wanted to like record this video. So this is something I actually feel like passionate about, something I really am excited for. Last week, after the first part of Exchange Island came out, I noticed a lot of discourse on Twitter, and that inspired me to make this video. I felt it was something that deserves a video rather than just a bunch of tweets, because tons of people are tweeting on Twitter. I thought I would make a video, I felt this is like an important topic. It's something that deserves, a well thought out and well articulated form of communication. And after I just watched the second video today, I have determined that this video will be mostly on the first episode. It makes me regret not making this video already, but it's just I wanted to wait after the second episode to see if there's anything from the second episode that I would like to comment on. And I just think that the stuff I'm going to talk about really mostly relates to the first episode. Let's actually get into the point of this video. So, SKZ were giving us some LGBTQ representation, and I am here for this. I myself am bi. This is something I don't think I've ever spoken about on this channel because it was never something that was relevant, but I just want to say that I am speaking from the point of view of someone within the LGBTQ plus community. I'm not like, and not that straight people can't talk about this, we love allies, but I'm just saying, like, I'm speaking from my point of view as someone within the community. I will say I was really isn't understated, really shocked that SKZ did these videos. And I want to specify, I'm not shocked that they would do this, but the fact that they were allowed to do this. For those who don't know, because if you're watching this video and you actually haven't watched Exchange Island, it's a dating show that SKZ did amongst themselves for their recent SKZ episodes as a gift to stays for the holidays. And they chose to do this, and that was actually made clear. It was shown in the end of the first episode. There was a clip from when, like, behind the scenes, whatever, from when they were recording SKZ Family. They were talking about that they wanted to do like a singles inferno or some other similar concept, and so yeah, they wanted to do this. They were not forced to do this, and I was just surprised that like they were allowed to do this because, Korea, it's a conservative country and LGBTQ plus people aren't really accepted there. Before I want to go into that portion of the video, I just want to start off by clarifying that me making this video is not me assuming that any member of SKZ is in the LGBTQ plus community. I just want to make the point that idols cannot come out, or like, not that there aren't idols that aren't out, yes there are some, but for the most part they can't come out. It's not that they don't want to, it's like literally they can't. The idols who are out are not under big companies and are essentially blacklisted from Korean television, and you would not see them on music shows, you would not see them on variety shows. It's controversial there, so it's not like, even though that representation exists, it's very minimal you have to go search that out, basically. It's not like it's gonna be advertised to you like these bigger groups are. Something as simple as a kiss between two people of the same gender can get music videos age restricted, while hetero kissing is seen as normal and is not really restricted and it's like everywhere. And I'm sure we all know the most notable openly LGBTQ plus idol is Holland, who is gay, and literally, like, not too long ago, I think it was literally last year, like 2022, he was physically assaulted in public as an act of a hate crime because he's gay. So, it's clear that that stuff is not accepted. It's clear that these people are not accepted. And it should be clear that most idols literally, like, don't dare to come out because it'll negatively impact their career and their public perception and their safety. Considering all the information I just gave you, I was surprised not that SKZ wanted to make the dating show, but specifically for the fact that they're allowed to and for how it was done. For example, we could look at SKZ family. Some of the members played female roles in that series, so while all of the members are like actual men, they were not acting out gay relationships, they were acting straight relationships. And they've done dating show like stuff in the past, like with Finding SKZ Get Edition, but that was very different. And it's been a while since I watched it, so I don't remember much from it, but I will say that to me, it did not give off the feeling of like looking for a lover. And like, yeah, they quote unquote confessed to each other, their love, and like called each other soulmates, but it was like a clearly joking, fun thing. It wasn't like something meant to be serious. And unlike that, Exchange Island was like a legit dating show that you could watch on like Netflix or TV. And the premise of it was that some of the contestants, so the members, were ex-boyfriends and they were looking for new boyfriends. And the really shocking part to me was them actually using gendered terms. Like, Han and Sungbin were exes, and Han literally called him his quote ex-boyfriend, end of quote. Like, the subtitle literally said that. He didn't just say ex, he said ex-boyfriend. And later on in the first episode, when everyone was on their first date with the person they were paired with, Hyunjin said, "I like a bad boy," to Lee No. And I found that shocking, as well as Han saying ex-boyfriend, because they were all male characters. They could have just been ambiguous. But they were kind of saying that in Exchange Island that they were canonically gay without like saying that. Or at least that all of them were into men. And someone on Twitter pointed out how a lot of times they also used the word partner, which does contradict what I was literally just saying with the gender terms, but I want to add that observation as well because I actually like what that Twitter user said. That Twitter user had basically said that saying the word partner makes non-binary fans feel comfortable because partner is an ambiguous term, and I liked that point that that person made, and I also wanted to add on to their point that even people in gay relationships do use the word partner a lot, so it is very representative of this community, even saying the word partner instead of boyfriend. Also, I want to mention the Stray Kids joke. For those who are unaware, Stray Kids, or rather, Stray Kids, if I pronounce that correctly, as Koreans would pronounce it, it is hard for Koreans to say because of the amount of syllables in the name. And now that I tried pronouncing it, I can tell. So, there are a multitude of videos out there of Stray Kids' name being mispronounced, and as a result, it became a joke among stays. And two of the common mispronunciations are Stress Kids and Straight Kids. And the latter, Straight Kids, became a bigger joke than the former. I've noticed from like clips from Stray Kids' lives that actually sometimes stays even jokingly comment Stress Kids or Straight Kids more often, just to like frustrate the members. So like it's funny, the members are aware of that. It's just the Straight Kids one. is so funny because like they seem to like really hate that one specifically. And among international stays, there's even the running joke that SKZ are not straight, as in they're not hetero. And my heater just turned on. And people make that joke because the members are all very close with each other and are not uncomfortable with shipping culture and even ship each other themselves. For example, they're all well aware of the Minsung ship.
민서
하나, 둘, 셋.
아유고야 사마 민서
And Han and Lino play it up themselves. And I want to once again clarify that I am not assuming anything, and also say that the members being comfortable with themselves enough that being shipped with each other doesn't bother them doesn't automatically mean that they are not straight, and it also does not mean that they are straight. Anyways, back to the straight kids joke. Felix, a native English speaker who has made it very clear that he sees the stuff that stays post online, is the one who made the straight kids joke in the first part of Exchange Island. And it could be presumed that he knew we would understand the joke as that kids aren't straight, which was fitting for the show, and I found the joke really funny, and I was surprised that it was left in. And I also just want to quickly say, I'm not just surprised that any of this stuff happened, but it's also the fact that, like, you know, things could have been edited out and then were left in, so, like, I was actually surprised that the straight joke made it to the final thing, but I don't know if it's that the staff and editors did not understand the joke because of the language barrier, or if they were actually fine with the joke and found it funny. So, why don't I actually get to the real point of this video? To connect everything, I previously stated, SKZ came up with the idea for the show, and they wanted to do it, and they were comfortable with portraying themselves in gay relationships, and that is a lot coming from a K-pop group. Not that there aren't other supportive idols, but rather because being gay is taboo in Korea, and it means a lot to us as fans that our favorite group would essentially take the risk because they truly are unbothered. And to me and to a lot of stays, this felt like actual representation, which does not exist much in Korean media. In Korea, other than some BL and GL dramas and a few celebrities who are out of the closet, there really is not representation, and us Westerners, we get a lot of representation as compared to over there. And, you know, we would love the whole world to be able to be equal and everything, so of course we would love for the Korean part of the community to get representation. For the most part, all idols do, if anything, is fan service, which, of course, as exciting as it is to watch your faves flirt with each other and, like, pretend to kiss and stuff, it's fetishization, or it's a joke. It's not actual real representation, and SKZ, on the other hand, did not make Exchange Island feel like that at all. They took their acting seriously, presented different types of relationships. Some were more serious, others more flirty, some moved slower, some moved faster, and it felt like we were actually watching people dating each other and even possibly falling in love. And in a way, it was kind of fan service, like on a technicality, because as I stated earlier, this was a holiday gift for the fandom. However, rather than like treating gayness as a fetish, they were actually like presenting love and showing what love actually looks like. I just love that SKZ took their portrayals seriously and basically showed that they see love as love, no matter who is loving who. And in comparison to what we're used to in the West, it really is almost the bare minimum. And I would say the bare minimum would be stuff SKZ have said in the past, like saying they love all stays.
No matter if you're a boy or a girl, whatever you choose to be, everyone is welcome in our special district. It doesn't matter where you're from, your age doesn't matter, whatever you choose to be, it doesn't matter, your skin color, your whatever, it doesn't matter.
And basically showing support for the LGBTQ plus community in the most minimal ways that don't like outwardly scream that they are allies, just because you know how taboo it is in Korea. They don't want to get canceled or anything. In a country where being gay is as taboo as it is, this is big. Like, I'm not saying that other idols have not done anything for the community. I'm not trying to downplay any support any idol has ever shown, nor am I saying that this SKZ code was in any way a political statement. But what I am saying is that for LGBTQ plus fans, it is a big deal when we find out that celebrities we support do not hate us or judge us. And another thing I would like to say is that I hope Korea will warm up to gay relationships and their portrayal in mass media. And I hope other K-pop groups will be able to show support, and hopefully one day idols and other Korean celebrities will be openly themselves without backlash. And I just want to make the point that SKZ are a very popular group, so like maybe it could be possible this SKZ code could have like quite a bit of a reach as compared to some other groups' content, and you know, maybe it can make an impact. It doesn't mean it will. It's not like I can say like 100% either way. I'm just saying, just putting it out there, like, they can make a bit of an impact in the fact that they, as popular as they are as a group, where you would think they would be very careful about their image and maybe like just stay neutral on things and stuff. The fact that they're like basically showing like, we're comfortable with this, you know, it doesn't matter who you love, like we ourselves are fine with people seeing us in this kind of like relationship. Like, it's really something. It's different and it's really comforting. And in general, I would like to see more good representation in the future, whether or not this SKZ code does make an impact. At least where the impact is on fans, how we feel, and just that we know that SKZ love us and are fine with us for who we are. There are just some things I want to like address, to make clarifications to my points, to address what other people may think. I know to people who are not in the LGBTQ plus community, this probably all seems like a big load of nonsense. After all, this SKZ code was just the members having fun and doing something for the fans. Something they probably just thought we would enjoy. And of course, I understand that view. And I understand that making that SKZ code doesn't necessarily mean they are allies. However, it does not change the fact that at the minimum, they are unbothered by the idea of gay relationships. You know, they didn't show any kind of discomfort. They didn't give off like any sort of like judginess. Like, they, how do I put it? Like, if you don't watch the SKZ codes, like, you need to. Because it's the fact that like, they were treating this like a real deal. Like, they're talking about like past relationships, talking about like, saying like, I'm okay with this, I'm not okay with this. And that's like, there's just so many things that are just such green flags that you could talk about. Like, one of my favorite things, of course, I'd say boundaries. They made a good portrayal of boundaries. Some of the members were really into being flirty, and then others weren't, and they addressed their concerns with each other. Like, basically saying, like, if this relationship continues this way, it's not gonna work. And I thought that was another thing. Like, they really treated this like this was real life. Like, they were actually on real dates, and it was different than anything I've ever seen with K-pop. Also, I want to once again bring up that I am not assuming their romantic and sexual orientations. For all we know, all 8 of them could be straight as a pole, and if so, unlike a lot of straight people, they are not bothered by people thinking that they are gay and are not uncomfortable with portraying gay relationships. And I know I repeated myself a lot throughout this video. This is a controversial topic, and I wanted to make sure that I made my points very clear. Personally, I think love should not be political, However, people do take it that way, which is why I had to emphasize that my point is that SKZ are comfortable with acting the roles of gay men regardless of what their orientations may be. And I personally cannot think of many examples of groups doing that besides maybe only one of, and I do not follow their group, so I know the bare minimum about them, which is that they have songs and choreographies that are homoerotic. And also, I just want to add that that brings up another last minute point that there is nothing wrong with homoerotic stuff. It's just that a lot of times gayness, homosexuality is portrayed in a sexual manner and not in a romantic one, and SKZ portrayed romantic relationships, and like I was saying earlier, they portrayed it in ways that just felt real. An actual impression that I had, I don't know if anyone else can relate, but like if you like in like school, if you had ever had a time where like you saw a friend of yours like falling in love, like that's what I felt like I was witnessing a date, or I was like witnessing people fall in love. Like it felt like that, and I just love that they made it romantic. If only this were something we got more of, because hey, in the West we do get it more than they get it over there in Korea, but we still don't have much representation here, so like anything is great. Anything is appreciated, as long as it's done in a respectful way that doesn't fetishize it, that doesn't make it a joke, that doesn't judge it. Any representation is lovely. And I've been rambling on for a long time. This is gonna be a long video, but like I think it's time to it's time to end it. And I know I basically regurgitated the same words over and over and over again, but you know, I just wanted to make my points clear. I just wanted to make sure I hit all the bullets and stuff. And SKZ, they are my alt group, and I love them so much. I love to talk about them. I respect them, and you know, since I love to talk about them, I will talk. If I get the chance to talk, I will talk and talk and talk and talk. And here I am still talking. And I just love that they have respect for all their fans. They are truly a gift. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have your own thoughts, I'd love to hear them as long as you're respectful. And once again, thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. I have plenty more coming in January, as I will still be home from college, and there'll be, of course, song reviews. We got Vicha's debut, which I'm looking forward to. We got ITZY and NMIXX's comebacks. But also, I would like to get more video essays if I can. I'm also planning on doing like 1 or 2 like end of year type things. It's gonna be in January because the year is ending, and there's not gonna be time for me to put out a video before the year's over. I'm sure right now you're watching this video in January anyways. So yeah, that's it. I will stop rambling now for both of our sanities, and yeah, I'll hopefully see you soon with my other videos.